Hello everyone, I am Citizen Bill. This is the first video on my channel. We're going to be looking at the Drake Ironclad. One thing to note, this is the base Ironclad, not the Assault. And another thing to note is I'm on the most recent patch, the PTU patch, as of May 12th, 2026. The one thing to note with that patch is the command module currently does not have collision, so we cannot fly this ship. We can check out the interior and the exterior, which is exactly what we're going to do today. We're also going to look at the weaponry, some components, maybe even see what ships fit inside of it. This is the base version, so it's not really meant to carry ships, but still, the cargo hold is the same exact size as the Assault, and I'll go into that a little bit more in detail later. All right, well, let's run it. All right, so first things first, we are going to start from the very front of the ship. So you can see here, we have that tractor beam right there. It does extend outwards, and I'll show that as well. This room is where the tractor beam is accessible from. It's where you control it. And then the left side, you don't have the tractor beam. You do have that turret on top. On the Assault version, you don't have the tractor beam at all. You just have two turrets, basically that, just on both sides. We're going to do a walk around real quick of all of the entrances. The first entrance and the largest, besides the top, is this big ramp here, which is where you will be able to take your ground vehicles in and out of the ship, or use it to load cargo. Now, if we run over to the left side, and I'm pretty sure it's the same on both sides, we can see that beautiful landing gear. I love it. I think this is honestly so great. Caution, no step. Don't step here. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely don't step there. And then we move on. See, keep clear. Very good detail here. I've been loving the direction that Drake ships have been going. We have this ladder entrance. When I first saw the concept, I was worried that this wasn't going to be accessible, that it was just going to be some kind of emergency exit, to be honest. But it's great to see that this is actually a proper entrance and exit. And if we go under the ship, which I think we can run directly under it, yes we can see, first of all, that center turret that's underneath the ship right there. And then we can see that that ladder entrance is mirrored on this side. So we are going to run to the front of the ship. Actually, first, let's go ahead and check out the back, just to make sure we don't miss anything. Now, I noticed these holes here. I don't know. I'm assuming these are missiles of some sort. I know that the ship has torpedoes, but I'm guessing maybe this is also missiles as well. I'd have to look that up. And then this little yellow accent here, it looks like it has a purpose. I'm not entirely sure, so that's something to look into as well. Of course, you have the command module, which, like I mentioned earlier, is not currently accessible, so that's unfortunate. And here we have the rear of the ship. You can see those engines there. Absolutely massive. Very similar engines to the Caterpillar and also the Kraken. And then, I guess this is another entrance. You have a docking collar, right? Those missiles are also on this side as well. I'm going to call them missile holes. I don't actually know for sure, but that's what I'm going to refer to them as. I just had some word soup there. Now, if we come back to the front, that main ramp is accessible by this button right here. I actually do want to see if this button exists on both sides. Yes, it does. So you can go to either side to open and close it. So just going to click that. Very nice animation, kind of a hydraulic system right here. See it lowering down. And then when it is lowered, you have an absolutely massive entrance into the ship from the ground. And we can go in. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the lighting is going to remain this way. I know that there's been a lot of lighting issues recently in Star Citizen, and that goes for the live build as well, not just the PTU. So I'm actually unsure as to whether or not the lighting that exists right now is going to be this way, because this does seem pretty dark to me, even though I know this is one, you know, big roofed area with not that many lights, but it does seem kind of dark to me. It looks like there might be lights on this roof as well. And the rest of the ship, this is kind of my first look at it, but I've seen some videos, and it looks like the rest of the ship shares this as well. Like it's all kind of dark. So now if we go this way, on either side of the ramp, you have these switches here, and you can pull either of these switches to close the ramp back up. So we're going to do that. Raise ramp. Very nice. And then on either side of the ramp, we have these elevators. I think both sides are exactly the same. Yes, and these are obviously to help you take cargo from down below and bring it up to the top to your secure cargo area. Later on, I'm actually going to test if there is a grid here. I'm not sure. It looks like there is, right? Because it matches what the actual grid looks like. But I would have to check, so I'll do a test of that. And then flanking either side, you also have those ladders, which will bring you up into that secure cargo area. We're not going to go there just yet. We're going to focus on the interior grid here right now. Looks like there's some visual artifacting going on. We have the grids here, so they go, I think there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on either side of these little squares. And then in the middle is a walkway. Another thing I was worried about with the concept, they loved showing the mules back here in this little compartment, but I was like, how are the mules going to make it back there if this is full of cargo? And somehow they were able to raise the cargo amount and add a wider walkway in between, so you can actually get a vehicle. I believe a Cyclone will fit perfectly through here, which is kind of cool. Now these grids do go all the way back. There is a cutout in between these two, in which you can make it to that ladder. I just now noticed as well, you can actually see the SU that they support. So this one is 20 by 6 by 6. And then this one over here is, 20 by 6 by 6. So it looks like both of these sides, you have 20 by 6 by 6, 20 by 6 by 6, same over here. And then these back ones are half of that, so you have 10 by 6 by 6. And then something to note, on the Assault version, this is where your rearm, refuel, and repair will happen on either of these sides. So both of them will act as a repair bay, basically. I've seen a lot of people confused about, they land a ship over here and they can't rearm and repair it. I'm almost positive you have to have them landed on these pads in the Assault version in order for that to work. Something else to note is this section right here does not exist on the Assault version. It is replaced with, I guess, like a little repair station, right? It'll act as the repair station for both of these pads, as there's not one on this side in the Assault version. And if we continue back through, all the way walking through, you have this compartment. Very nice, max vehicle height 3 meters, so you can tell what you can and cannot fit. We have that window that looks over the cargo bay, super cool. And if we go to our left here, you'll see a sign, and this sign tells us where everything is. So we know that we are on the Deck 1, which is the cargo hold. Deck 2 is engineering. Deck 3 is the operations floor, and command module is on Deck 4, as well as the captain quarters, or well, the owner's quarters, which you'll see later. Also over here, we have a weapon rack, and I don't think there is anything else. Okay, yeah, so we have a weapon rack, we have a fire extinguisher, and then we have the way to those side gantry entries and exits. So we can go down here. This is just some nice design. And then we have access to this side area. I do like how you can kind of just walk all over the ship. You'll see in the roof as well. And then we can exit the ship. It is the same on either side. I will show it just because, but it is the same. So before we go to this area, I'm going to go ahead and run over here. And we do again have weapon racks. Looks like they need to work on their LODs for this ship. As you can see, that weapon rack kind of just spawned in. Unlock the door and we can open it. And we can go down. And it is the same. Same exact thing on this side. Now, if we come back, we can see big bold letters on deck 1, which is nice. This, I don't know if it's labeled. It's an empty component area, probably for a battery or a quantum drive, or not, sorry, a gravity generator. Same thing for these two, battery or gravity generator or something else. That's not in yet. Here we do have the cooler, and then a fuse, a relay spot. Turn the lights off. Oh, doesn't seem to be working. That's always fun. Another label telling us what deck we're on. And then this will give us access to that lower turret. Let's go ahead and check that out. So now we're in the lower turret. If we go ahead and can I power it on? Can. You can see the view we get. It is a pretty good view. Oh, these guns sound insane. Just listen to that for a second. Those are awesome. That's nice. Yeah, so you get full 360 view under here. Kind of scared to go all the way down, but it's almost 90 degrees down. You can kind of get your cursor down there, but it is a pretty good view, especially considering this is the cargo variant, not the assault. I think they both have the same exact gun there. Nice little door animation letting you out. And then if we come out of that turret and go to the left, we will see another fire extinguisher here. And then I believe this is the stairs. This is the stairway, so I'll show you that in just a second. And then the main elevator. I actually love this change. In the original concept, this elevator did not exist. I think the original concept, it was you walk here and there's stairs here. But now there is this elevator, which goes through all 4 floors. It is super nice. It's very nice. We're going to look at the stairwell just real quick. So that is the stairwell. How I'm going to do this video, I'm going to go up the elevator for all of these because I think that's the best way to get around. And then I'm going to come down the stairs so you can see that as well. So let's go ahead and call the elevator. Nice. Nice open elevator shaft as well. Looks super cool. And let's go ahead and head to engineering. Oh, okay. Nice. Now, to our left is the gantry port side. So, of course, that is that upper walkway, and we'll go there in just a second. Straight ahead is the stairway. I believe it's a stairway. Let's just make sure. Yep, stairway to the operations floor. To our right is components and the engineering area. So we're going to do a quick walk around of that first, and then we'll check out the gantry. So first here we have our shield generator, or one of them. We have some very cool looking stuff. Go to the left, you have the big sign letting you know you're on deck 2. I'm going to go straight right now, and then we'll come back here. We have another relay with 3 fuses. More cool looking stuff. Rule of cool. Super sick. And then we have the main engineering room where we do have our engineering terminal. And this little engine core thing. I mean, just listen to that. Super sweet. More components. I think this is... No, that's not a component. These screens look like they're missing their texture, so I wonder what's supposed to be there. Component. Fuse, relay, component, component, component. Fire extinguisher. This little area here. I'm sure it's probably never going to be accessible, but it looks like it kind of could have a function. And then let's go ahead and check out the engineering panel just so you guys can see what that looks like. As you can see, lots and lots of components, lots of doors. Super cool. We also have components in the front along with our weapons. Very nice. That's cool. You can also access, I don't know if you can access the components on the command module. I guess you have to use the engineering panel on the command module itself. That kind of stinks, but it's okay. And we'll continue through this room, right? So remember, we went straight out of the elevator after we took a right. Come all the way over here, you have just more components, and then we have this door here, right? And this door... Sorry, I was just making sure that wasn't another component. Brings us right back to that hallway, right? So we can go here, and we'll be right back to where we were. Keep in mind, this is my first time looking at this as well, so I'm trying my best to keep up. This looks like a component as well. Is it? I guess it is. It's in the component bay. I just don't know what it actually is. Is it a radar, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so something there. Some more cool stuff. Oh, this looks like a little poster area. I'm not entirely sure what the point of this is. Maybe you can put 1/8 or 1 SCU boxes here? I'm not sure why the square is on the floor there. This is a poster spot. You can see the pin on the wall where you can hang a poster. But I'm not sure why that square is there. Maybe nothing. Probably nothing. But now if we go this way, we have the docking collar. So remember, we came out of the elevator, took a right, and now we're down this hallway. And then that's the stairs down below as well. And we'll go that way in just a second. But we're going to check out the docking collar first. So the docking collar room, you have kind of a little ready room before you exit out the docking collar. You got benches here that you can sit down on. Little scissor lift benches, it looks like. Oh, that's kind of cool. It looks like they actually come out of the floor. Like if you were to lower them, they would, you know, sit down in the floor. They probably don't allow you. Yeah, I think it would be kind of cool if they did have that animation. They might add that in the future. It looks like it's definitely possible, but not right now. I think these are all suit lockers, if I had to guess. Yeah, suit lockers. So you have 6 suit lockers. You have a heavy weapon slot with some ammo. Looks like 2 medium weapon, 4 pistols, and that is mirrored on both sides. And then you have your docking collar, or airlock 1. Oh, that's nice. They have the interior and exterior buttons here, which is very cool because some ships with their airlock, it's like on the inside, the command module actually being one of them, and it's hard to access. So you can actually come out here. Oh, and there's another little, I mean, I'm sure it's not supposed to be a walkway, but a little place where you can walk right outside your airlock. Cool. Super nice. Now if we come out of that ready room and take a right, we're going to see that very nice angled area that you can look over all of your cargo or ships or whatever you have in there. We can see that tractor beam. And then we have a ladder behind us. See that? Yeah, that square there on the floor is kind of mirroring what that one looks like. So it almost looks like there's supposed to be a ladder, but of course there's not. That's interesting. One nice thing about this window is that step, right? So if I'm at this level, it's kind of hard to see, but you kind of take a step up when you walk over to it. So that's cool. And then if you come this way, we have that gantry, right? So once we're done with this and go all the way through, we're actually going to end up on the other side. I'm going to take this gantry, and then, oh, we have the roof access. I'll come back to that. On this roof, or this gantry along the wall, we do have a way to open that top cargo bay, which I will show you guys in a second. It looks like you have multiple areas to do that, which is nice. Oh, you can call the elevator. Wow, glitch-free. Go down into here. And I think, yep, this is access to that front right turret right here. We'll go ahead and take a look, see what it looks like up there. Very cool. Let's go ahead and power it on. Nice view, I think. I don't think these are the best guns. And you kind of have a blocked view from behind, but there are those remote turrets up top that would help with that. Cool. So that is the view from that front right turret. All right. And then if we come out of there, exit, and go to the right, you will see we have a, well, I want to say it's a live camera feed. I don't know why I can't zoom in right now. That's a little... Okay, there we go. I want to say it's a live camera feed. There's no way to tell, but there is a little CCTV camera right there, and then you have another one here. Loading data. Nice. And then this panel here is how you open all of the doors for your secure storage. So if I go in here, you can see all these secure storage pins. And these, yeah, look like they have a... a cargo grid on them. I'm not entirely sure if these are supposed to be specialized for anything or if it's just, you know, the fact that these are locked behind those buttons. Kind of interesting. I don't know how exactly those buttons there make this more secure. You can see there's a bench here you can sit on and look over your cargo again. So I don't know. We'll have to check, but there is a button to open all and close all. Try to open. There we go. So they all opened up. They're all the same. Cool. We'll continue over here. You have that panel again. Looks like a different set of cameras. This actually looks at the secure storage, which is kind of cool. And then we have that tractor beam with a relay with some fuses. And then we can access that tractor beam. So let's take a look at this. And this one does extend forward. So if we enter tractor beam... Oh, can I turn the power on from here, please? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Power on and enter. Okay. So as you can see, we don't have the best view by default, but if we press S, it is going to extend us out, and now we have a pretty good view. Now I do have my Atlas here. It has been kind of buggy. Yeah, mass exceeded with the Atlas. I don't know if that's if that's true, because I can lift it with a max lift. But anyway, yeah, so this is the front tractor beam, and we hit S again, it will take us back up. So that is cool. We turn around, go through this door. We have another component here, looks like another shield generator. And then now we're on the port side. So we were back on that other side. Now this is when I'm going to hop down and open this top just for y'all to see. And then we'll go back up and we'll go look at the roof access. Because there is a way to open the cargo bay from down below, I'm pretty sure. There we go, look at that sliding down the ladder. Yes, so if I hit this... Okay, so it stops there. Wow, you actually get a lot of room. That's insane. Wow, I didn't expect it. When I was looking at it earlier this week, I did not expect it to open up that far. That is actually awesome. Now, I lifted some stuff up on the freight elevator, then I got kicked, so I don't know if it's still going to be there. If it is there, I'm going to try to use that tractor beam to get it off. But we're going to go back up. Actually, we're going to go back up this side, and we're going to look at that roof access point. Yes, climb the ladder as slow as possible, please. Yes, so here is the roof access. Another fire extinguisher, very nice. A suit locker and personal storage with 1 million micro SCU of storage. I think all of the personal storages on this ship have 1 million micro SCU of storage. That's very nice. Also comes with those canisters. And then you can hit exit ship. Now this isn't just like a regular ladder, you can't just walk up to it because that door has to open because it's, you know, it's basically an airlock, right? You don't want to vent everything out when you go up and down this. So we're gonna hit F and play the animation. Okay, not perfect, but it's there. Nice. And then as you can see, we can walk all up and down the ship. I love this part of the Ironclad. It's super cool. You can walk all around it. You can see, I think these are retro thrusters, and then come around this way and we can look down into the cargo bay. Super nice because if I'm sitting here with my max lift, you know, a buddy can be passing me stuff, or, you know, we can be looting out in space. Say there's a C2 up there that we're pulling stuff off of, or even another Ironclad, right? You can back them up with both these ports open, which is super nice. And yeah, you can walk all the way around it. There's also that on the other side, but there is no roof access on the other side. So in order to get to the other side, you actually just have to walk all the way around. Okay, that looks like it does something, but I'm not sure if it actually does. So yeah, you can see that roof access, this, you know, gantry is here on the other side as well. and so are those torpedoes. But you can see there's no way actually back into the ship from this side. And then I'm also going to try and go to the back of the ship later in the video, because it looked like there was some walkable areas back there. And then you can see there's also some walkable area down there as well, or at least it looks like it would be walkable. And then this is definitely walkable, but I don't know if it, I guess it's just for looks, because I don't think there's any way. I'm not going to jump down there because I'm scared I won't be able to get back. Yeah, it looks like you can just walk down there for fun. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm sure there will be missions made on this ship, and there'll be people all over these things. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to go back to the other side and re-enter the ship through that entry. And then later in the video, for those of you who are still here, we'll go to the back and just see if there's anything cool over there, because I am interested in that kind of stuff. I think it's very cool. The animation is a bit laggy, and you can see that lighting there glitching in and out, and it pushed me all the way up to the thing, but you know, very cool. We'll come back in here, and then not going to take the stairs down or this ladder up. We're going to take the elevator. So if I go back to where the elevator is, we can go to the operations deck, which of course you can go this way, but we're going to take the elevator. So we're going to go to the operations floor. Okay, the elevators definitely need work. All right, cool. So the operations floor brings you to kind of a tight corridor that you have to walk through with some stuff. I don't know if system access. Okay, very cool. Another fire extinguisher. There is a lot of them on this ship. This screen looks like it should have things on it, but it doesn't. Again, this is PTU, so who knows? And then come through here. We can open this door, and this brings us to the left side of that main kind of, I want to call it the bridge area, but it's not the bridge, right? Because this is, you can't fly the ship from here. But if I enter this seat, it is a turret. Enter that seat, it is a turret. And then enter this seat, and it is the tractor beam. So we're going to do this one first. It's not a seat, actually. It's my bad. Or is it? It might not be a tractor beam. Maybe it's a maybe it's an interior turret. Oh, it is. Okay, so this is the turret that looks over your cargo, and we can just, you know, give it a listen real quick. Sounds very cool. It's a very high-pitched sound. Can it make it out the ship? Oh, it can. I don't know what use that has, but that is cool. That's super cool. All right, well, that is the interior turret. We'll go ahead and do a quick 360. It can get people, so if they make it back here even, you can shoot them. So yeah, it has pretty good view for being on the inside of the ship. And then I don't think you can access the tractor beam from here. I think it's one of these seats, so we'll go ahead and test both these out. These do lift up to give you a bit of a better view. Now, to be completely honest, I was very excited for this part of the ship. I hate to admit it, I am a little bit disappointed because you can't just look over, right? And maybe you can climb up there and look over if you wanted to, but I do kind of wish you had a better view into the cargo area from here. But of course, if we... Where's the power on? It's a remote turret. Oh, you can close the cargo bay from here, which is very cool. It's nice that they have that accessible from here. And then let's enter this remote turret. So this is one of those top turrets. Okay. Okay. Oh no. This is one of those top turrets. Okay. That was fun. Looks like it is a ballistic turret up on the top. I think it's a size 3 if I had to guess. And it is up on that front left side, that top left side. And let's go to the other chair. I think the other one must be where you access that remote, or that tractor beam. I do think it would be kind of nice if both of them had access to that, but, you know, whatever. Let's try this one. So, oh, okay, so this one doesn't have remote turret access. It only has the tractor beam access. So this is the interior tractor beam. Pretty cool. I don't know if that is a cargo grid. I doubt it. I think that's mainly just for vehicles. But I guess this is nice for you to be able to just move cargo around, you know, from inside the ship, maybe moving it from one side to the other, or making it easier for you to move a vehicle from back here, you know, out to the front, something like that. But yeah, so you do have access to this one from this seat. I am going to be honest, I think it might make more sense, CIG, if you're listening to my, you know, 0 subscriber channel, if this seat had turret access and then this was your tractor beam access. But, you know. All right, so on either side of that, you do have more component access. These are empty. Looks like 3 separate things. These are probably, what, computers? I'm not sure. If I had to guess, these would be computers. Yeah, so that is... Oh, yeah, there you go. It's labeled computers, and then you have your radar here. I do think there's multiple radars, so that is one of them. And then keep in mind, from that elevator entrance, we came out of this door. We're going to be coming back around and going out this way now. All right, so now we're on the 3rd deck. To our left, we have a ladder. And this is that ladder that brings you out. I'm going to go ahead and go down it just to show you. It goes, okay, go down it, more like jump down it. It takes you to that angled area. So that is where that ladder comes out at. So you have multiple ways to get around up and down the ship. It's very cool. I do like that a lot. Okay. Ladder Tech V7 incoming. And then that is that ladder again, and that is straight to the left, sorry, of those stairs out from the operations room. And then these stairs bring you back down to the elevator of the engineering room. So you can kind of get a sense of where we are. Now, if we go this way, you have the command module access. And then if we keep going, we have the crew quarters or habitation access. So first we're going to check out the habitation. Keep in mind that's up the stairs to the right, out the ladder to the left, or from the command deck or the operations deck straight. Brings you to habitation. We do have another cooler. And then I think these are each bunks. Is this light? Yep, so bunk room. Do they have personal storage? Yes, they do. So they have personal storage underneath them. Again, 1 million micro SCU. The drawer opens up. That's very cool. I don't know if there's anything special about them or anything. You have lights off, lock, close. I do like that they added all the lock buttons to this. I don't know if that's on all the other ships. Again, another screen that I think is missing a texture. Oh, you have 2 personal storages. Wow, okay. So you have the underbed personal storage, and then you have this personal storage, which is a million micro SCU. So you have 2 million micro SCU per bedroom. That is pretty great. Ventilation up ahead. Yeah, so that light is definitely supposed to be on, and it's just not. Can I turn it on? No. Okay. Lighting bugs all over the place. Now, I think that all of these rooms are exactly the same. We'll just open them all up to be sure. Yep, looks to be the same. Yep, same. And then on the other side, first of all, you do have a little eating area, and then you have a little sitting area with a screen where you can watch your chipset data. Oh, that's very fun. This looks like potentially a place for helmets or 1/8 SU boxes, or maybe it's just design. Who knows? But it looks like something goes here, which is cool. Or I know that there's some flare items. There's some flare slots. I don't have many flare items, but this might be also where some flare stuff can go. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, you have bedrooms on the other side. I believe they are the exact same, yeah. Poster spot in between the bedrooms. All of them seem to have it. I didn't notice that on the other side. So that's very cool. Yep. You have your food station where you can make food. Well, you can't, but maybe someday you will. Emphasis on maybe. You have 4 poster spots. And then you have 2 bathrooms. So this is 1 bathroom. You have a shower, toilet. The toilet does come out. You can't sit on it, however, but it does come out. You have lights off and lock, and then it is the same on this side. Same exact thing on this side. Can you sit on this one? Nope. Nice. So yeah, that is the habitation room. Pretty cool. I do like it. I think the lighting definitely needs to get fixed soon so that they can make these look better than they are, but you have another relay here with 2 fuses. I think they fit 4 each, it looks like. And then you have stairs up to the command module. Again, we are not going to take the stairs, we are going to take the elevator. So if we go back through the operation deck, around to this other side, and then down these stairs, we do have our elevator. So we are going to get back on the elevator, and then go to the command module floor, which is on the 4th deck. And this is why I took the elevator, right? This is probably top 5 favorite things about this ship. It's so unnecessary, but so cool. The elevator is open at the top. You can actually see all around your ship. It's super cool. You have some kind of grates on the side, grates over here, and then you have this glass in front, and you can see everything out. And then you have the door access. I don't know if I can actually open this or if I have to click the button again. Hello? There we go. Okay. So that is very cool. I love that, to be honest. You have your fire extinguisher here, and then your access to your command module. Now, we will not be going in there because there is no collision and I will just fall down, but that is how you drive the ship. Over there. Fly the ship. This is that staircase back down, and then this is the owner's quarters. Now I don't think there's anything else. There's a fuse here. This one looks to only have 3 in it. Nice spinny thing. Very cool. Yeah, this is the owner room. It's just called owner. Very Drake, but I don't... Oh. Okay, I grabbed the fuse. Anyway, so you go through here, just some cool stuff on the walls. Oh, it looks like you can put a poster here. Very cool. And then you have the owner's room. I love this room. So if you go to the left, you have your bathroom. I think it's just basically the same exact thing as every other bathroom in the ship. You do have a poster spot in the bathroom as well. They loaded this ship with places to put posters. A waste disposal unit. Cool. And then you have your desk. Nice, which you have some stogies, a lighter. We can actually pick up the stogie. I don't know if we can use it. No, you can't use it. You can place it. Oh. Nice. Nice. You have your lighter. You have a little screen with a camera feed on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I want to say this is definitely a live camera feed, but there's no way to be sure yet. I'm not with anybody. I can't test it. And then you do have a chessboard. Now, is there some kind of secret entrance, just like the MSR has, where if we place a certain chess piece, something will open? Maybe. But I'm not going to figure that out right now, to be honest with you. We do have this window here, which is looking out to the back of the ship and the second floor of that, somewhere that we may never have access to. Anyway, and you can open and close it, which is cool. I love that animation so much. Super cool. And then over on this side, I think we can sit here. Yes, you have 2 places to sit, and then you can also open and close this side as well. So damn cool. And then I think, yes, so your flare items, there's flare slots up here. As you can see, this is the only flare item I own. This is a little bobblehead guy. And you can place them up here on this little area. So, and that is in your vehicle manager. So if you go to your vehicles here, which the new system, of course, I don't have the Ironclad stored, so it won't let me, but that's where you do it at. And there's a lot of slots for flare items, and that is one of them. I think that's super cool. You can display some cool things here. That Robobot that got leaked a while ago, that was in the files, that would look very cool here. This is the bed, which has a ashtray. Very nice. Gotta love an ashtray right there next to the bed. A little screen that, again, probably should be showing something, but it doesn't. Personal storage. You have 1 million micro SCU for the owner as well. And anything else? Oh, yes, the gun rack. This is insane. So, I don't know why more ships don't have this. Look at that. It's a rotating gun rack. So it looks like it has 4 weapon slots, and you can just rotate through them. Super cool. And then behind the seat, looks like you can put, I don't know if this is for a heavy weapon or maybe a flare item. This one looks like it holds 2 things. It might be 1/8 SU boxes or something, but it's super cool. You can have some storage down there. And then you have this chair here, which if I sit down, you can actually click F to activate, and we'll spin forward. Just like that. And we can exit the chair. Exit the chair. We can't exit the chair. Okay. I think maybe I have to deactivate it first. Yeah, okay. So you cannot exit the chair while it is quote-unquote activated. But whatever. Yeah, I think that is the entire ship. Yeah. That is the Drake Ironclad base edition. Now I'm going to go and check out just a little bit of extra stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and head down the stairs here, so you guys can see all of the stairways. And then we're going to go to the top of the ship, the roof of the ship. I'm going to go to the back. I just want to see what the back of the ship looks like while we're on top of it. Uh-oh, where are the other stairs at? Will we make it all the way down? Yes. Nice. So that is the stairs. Cool, cool. And then now we're going to climb back up, go on the roof, and hop on the back. See what we can do there. Alright, so I don't know if I mentioned this before, but these are torpedoes. They're size 5 torpedoes. Super cool. Vertical launch system. I don't think we've seen that on any other ship before. So that is super cool. I'm going to go ahead and hop back here. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. I know that you're probably not necessarily supposed to be up here, but there was railings, right? There's railings I saw in some of the screenshots. So I was curious if you could get back here, and you definitely can. And it seems like it's very walkable. Now, judging off of the the details here in the polygons, I don't know if we're necessarily supposed to be up here. Maybe that just hasn't been updated yet. But yeah, you come back here, and we can have, let's see, can we... Oh, I don't want to get stuck. Okay, there we go, there we go. And look at that, we can see into the captain's quarters. Very cool. Let's see if we can get up here. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, look at that. There's more railing here, and they've got arrows and all that. There's definitely going to be, you know, boarding missions on the Ironclad, 100%. And they're going to make use of all these spots. Now, these, like, this kind of stuff, maybe these are escape pods? I'm not entirely sure, but they look like they're supposed to move. And then this is the command module, cursed as it is. Has no collision, so if I jump on there, you're going to see I will fall. Yeah, I mean... Is there a better way to end the video than to do that? Yeah, let's do it. Or actually, let's see if I can maybe get into the pilot seat. Oh! Okay. Okay. I did not expect that to work. That is... Okay. Maybe the collision is only not working on the inside. So let's go check that. Let's go all the way back around. Alright, so I'm expecting to fall through here, and if we do, the video will be over, so. Alright, so we're past this point, and... Yep. Oh! Okay. Okay, well, there you have it. That is the Drake Ironclad. Now, I will be back this week with a video on the Drake Ironclad Assault, and hopefully a flying video of it, maybe some combat or some hauling, doing some missions in it, something like that. But of course, right now we just can't fly it. I know that some people have been able to, but I'm not going to go through all that time and effort. The video is already 45 minutes long, so I'm not going to do all that. But that is the Drake Ironclad. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below on the Ironclad. Do you like the Ironclad? Do you like the Assault better? What ship are you excited for coming up at DefenseCon? There is the Origin M80, the Drake Pitbull. There is also the Misk Starlight, which I think is overhated. I think that ship is going to be pretty cool. I don't think they have refueling in the best place right now, but I do think that ship will be pretty cool. And then, of course, they have the Aegis Tiburon. I'm not the biggest combat player, so the Tiburon doesn't doesn't really interest me that much. I will admit, though, it does look super badass. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and comment below. Let me know what you thought. Bye.